It's a Sunday. It's very early, but I'm very excited for today. So today I will fill my day building my startup. But today we got a special day because we're going on the side quest. So of course, as you know, I'm building this startup. And while I'm building this startup, obviously I'm running into a lot of errors. And I'm continuously searching on Reddit, Stack Overflow, GitHub, etc, etc. And I've also been more active on those channels. I've actually been posting there. There have been some pretty harsh comments on my questions, but we'll we'll ignore those. A lot of times I find something out, but the answer is already there, or there's not a question about on Stack Overflow. And just for myself, I want to be able to look back at all the things I've learned and all the errors I've overcome and be able to look at them and revisit them and share all my struggles. Have a place for myself to look back at it, but also a place for others to visit it, and I don't know, maybe it can help you as well, right? And that's what's going to happen today. Today, I want to build a blog website, but here's the catch. I want to do it in just one day, in just 24 hours, and in only vanilla JavaScript. And let me tell you this, I do have some experience with web development. I've actually tried using Angular, and I'm not a rookie, but I don't think I've ever tried doing it with vanilla JavaScript. And obviously all these high-end frameworks, they're all built on JavaScript. So it's going to be very back to the basic experience, but I love that because then you get a very fundamentally understanding of a language. Also, I will share, of course, my progress with the app I'm building and all the things I've learned. It's going to be exciting. We're going to learn a lot of things, and let's get to work because I'm wasting so much time. I'm reading a book a month, so it's now the 23rd of February, and currently I'm reading Modern Software Engineering. I really like the book. It's this guy who also sort of invented continuous delivery, CI/CD, all that stuff. And this guy really describes an approach that he believes is like the best approach to software engineering, and I believe in. And it's really cool. It's like not about frameworks, not about the tools, but it's more about a general approach to software engineering, and talks a lot about separation of concerns, of test-driven development and abstraction, cohesion, those kind of things. But at least to read it once, I'm very happy. I don't think I will revisit this book a lot of times because, as I said, it's more about the approach, so it's very genuine. I almost finished it. I think like one more day. Alright, so now I really need to get working on our blog website because it's getting late.
Okay, so it was time to start, but when I sat down, I realized I had no plan at all. I know, great preparation. So I decided I would ask ChatGPT and Cloud for a plan of attack. And with their help, I managed to make this brilliant waterproof 5-step plan. But hey, a mediocre plan is still better than no plan at all. So I jumped right in and bought the domain and hosting. Very quick, cheap, and done in no time. Spoiler alert, this step would later bite me so hard in my ass, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Next, it was time to set up my runtime environment to run my JavaScript code and install Node.js. Once that was done, I created a folder for my project, initialized my GitHub repo, and just like that, the setup was basically complete.
Okay, so it's going very fast. I think I'm like an hour in and we already got the whole setup done. So now it's time to build, but as every book I've ever read advises, first I need some design, and I think I will just grab pen and paper or something and write it down. Alright, let's design and then start building.
So I grabbed a pen and paper and sketched out the most beautiful design you will ever lay your eyes on. But that was intentional, because I just wanted an MVP, a working website, and I thought I could always improve it later. For now, I just needed to get things running. So after some time, I came up with this design of two, yes, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen, two beautiful web pages.
If my high school teacher, my high school drawing teacher would see this, she would be so disappointed.
But with that finished, it was finally time to start building. And since I had always used Bootstrap for my CSS framework in the past, I felt a little adventurous and wanted to use Tailwind CSS this time. But apparently version 4 had just been released and all the online documentation was still mostly about version 3. And after like 40 minutes of struggling, I still couldn't get it to work. So I switched back to Bootstrap and got it working in no time.
What the f is Tailwind, man? I tried, but I don't have the time. I thought it would be nice to use Tailwind, but it was a hassle. So now I'm just using Bootstrap. I've now been staring for 2 hours or something, so I need a refresher. We'll go to the gym, get my mind off this, and then we'll come back.
Okay, so I've just done my workout and I've showered. It was just a quick workout, but it really refreshes my mind. Getting outside, getting some physical activity is always nice. So that's done. And now I need to get to work. But first, I, of course, wanted to update you guys on the app. Because last time I worked on some features and I also did the logo. And the logo is now finished. I will show you. Like, freaking trust me, I will show everything. But now it's just a little bit too early. After the logo, I started working on like literally trademark shit. And those things, they take a lot of time. I've now found something and it can take like 14 work days to get an answer. And it could be that I'm denied, or it could be that my trademark is not valid or whatever and I need to restart. But I guess these things just take time. And in the meantime, I also worked on some features, which actually led to this video. Let me elaborate. While I was trying to add a new page to my app, I realized how complicated my implemented routing logic actually was. I got myself writing the worst spaghetti code I had ever seen. Like, it had so many state updates, booleans, if statements, to the point where I just knew I had to refactor it. Now, let me quickly give you a taste of what I wanted. I just needed an app with a persistent bottom navigation bar and a persistent app bar, with each some icons that could navigate to different pages. But on the bottom navigation pages, I also needed to be able to navigate to, for example, an item page and maintain state when switching between bottom navigation tabs. So I went online and found the GoRouter package. And I thought, great, this is perfect. And to be fair, GoRouter can be great. I feel just not for my use case. And I probably just suck, because it very quickly became a mess again. And before I knew it, I was back at square one, drowning in my own spaghetti code. So after literally a week of trying to make it work, I gave up again and decided to redo it again. And after searching for what felt like forever, I finally found a routing implementation that worked for my use case. Using the normal Navigator 2.0, with each bottom navigation page having its own navigator. So I really felt that for some things, like, it shouldn't be that hard to find out. So I thought, okay, I want to share also my 2 cents and how I am implementing router navigation for the special use case that I have. And I feel like other people could benefit from that as well. Yeah, and that's sort of how the idea came to life. So it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. I'm just a little bit scared that it's going to take longer than I initially anticipated, because it's 11 o'clock and I only have Bootstrap working just yet. So yeah, need to hurry up. Alright guys, we're getting somewhere. So I just implemented some JavaScript with a router. Can you see the difference? Okay, so here's a real quick speedrun of my router code. At this point in the video, in my router.js file, I defined a route function which I can call when a button is clicked. Push state updates the browser's URL and then calls handle location, which maps the route to a page, grabs its contents and loads it into the content element on my index.html file. On pop state handles back button presses, window.route makes my route function globally accessible, and handle location runs my routing logic when the script is first run. So look at this. And it works. It's a lot of fun, and I know it doesn't look great, but we're getting there. After an hour of struggling with JavaScript, I finally got my second page working. And with JavaScript, managed to load some sample blocks in a grid. I'm so happy. Oh, it took some time though. And this was great, but at this point another hour had passed and I now had to figure out how to create a block, make a page for it, load it onto my site and loads of other things. So after a quick break to stay sharp, I felt like I really needed to speed things up. But of course, the exact opposite happened. Okay, so this works, right? But what we want now... There's so many red. So my approach was to write my blocks in markdown files and use JavaScript to pass the ID of the click block and then load its content into my HTML page. Yeah, but as you can see, it's not working. So that sucks. Come on. And at this point, my brain finally started working a little bit, bringing back old memories of my web development adventures, which helped getting more familiar with the CSS and JavaScript syntax. But nevertheless, it still involved a lot of trial and error, and the time kept slipping away. Okay, we got the main page. All right, nice. We got some blocks, 3 of them, and look. Yes. It actually works. With the detail pages finally working, my logic was complete, which gave me some hope. So now it was time to add some CSS to make the site look a little bit nicer, with this as a result. Look, I tried to do some fancy CSS, like with the table, but it looks dog shit. I will make some last adjustments that there are some pictures and there's at least one block, but don't expect too much. And then I need to figure out how to publish it. So I played around with some more CSS, added a few pictures and wrote my very first blog in a markdown file. And on my live server plugin, which helps me preview my website locally, everything finally worked perfectly. Now I just need to publish it to my hosting and then it's done. And remember when I told you that my hosting choice would come back to bite me in my ass? Well, that moment was about to happen now. Since I had finished the website, you'd think it would be as easy as a click, drag and poof, there's my website. Well, I thought so too. I figured, nice, I'm hungry, it's 6 PM, just 20 more minutes, which after I can eat and call it a day. Final end sprint, publishing this app to the World Wide Web. But when I went to my hosting provider and checked the web app section, I saw this horrible screen. Now keep in mind, by this point, it had been an intense coding day and my concentration was about the size of a peanut. So obviously, I had no clue what to do. I mean, I had a folder that needed to be uploaded and here they were talking to me about WordPress and Drupal shit. So I tried looking for some documentation and after an hour of searching, I couldn't find a single solid tutorial or document that explained this insanely simple task. So at this point, I knew another option was GitHub Pages. So very frustrated, I abandoned my hosting provider and switched to that. I altered my DNS settings, no issues there. Then made a small misstep thinking I need to buy an SSL certificate while GitHub grants it for free. Yeah, I suck, I know. And after that, I ran GitHub Actions to publish. But when I uploaded my website, the homepage only worked half and every other link on my website gave me a 404 error. So another 30 minutes of Googling later, I found out I apparently had to rename my repo to this template. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, after a 13-hour long day, countless errors, back pain, urging neck pain, and at least 100 tutorials, I refreshed my webpage. Please. I've done it. The website is online. And look at the amount of tabs I've opened, but oh wow. It's online. It works. I need to refund my SSL certificate that I bought, and oh man, it was such a mess, but I've made it. And well, I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. Go check out the website. It's online and it works, and I will make it prettier, but for the sake of the video, I will not touch it for a while, so you guys see what I did in the video and today. If you're still here, I truly appreciate you. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And as always, I see you all in the next video.
3, 2, 1.
Peace.
Here we go!